What is up, everybody? This is Mr. Extraordin back yet with another video. Not alone. I'm with Buckmeister from Buckmeister Cool Reacts and MeisterGeek Media. I'm with Tibelakhala from KC Media, and I'm with a special guest, Pila. Bro, thanks for joining us. This is someone that I've been meaning to have on this YouTube channel since the Dragon Ball days. He's the guy that's been flooding our comments. Um, and we pretty much appreciate it. He's very knowledgeable in all things geeky, just like the three of us. So thanks for joining me. He's the co-host of the Netgasm podcast along with the Belokhala. And if you really want to get to know more about their content, check out KC Media. I'll leave a link in the description below. And also, if you need to learn more about what Buck is busy with, which is Buckmeister Cool Reacts and Master Geek Media, I'll leave a link in the description below.
Check out Black Panther versus Kang. Episode drops tonight.
Oh yeah, he also
Yay!
webtoon. He did this fire cover. That was so cool. That was so cool. I think.
The colors are by my brother. I just did the inks and the pencils.
Oh, nice. That is pretty cool. I like his coloring. It's actually pretty cool. Old school.
Yeah, but interiors is all me. Interiors, everything is me.
Sure. So yeah, we're just gonna continue with our Bleach discussion. This is part 2. Basically, we're just gonna carry on from where we left off. I think last time we spoke about how basically the team had to train to prepare themselves to go to Soul Society so that they can basically rescue Rukia. And someone mentioned previously that Rukia was not kidnapped. She just went back home.
That was me.
No, yo, we gotta talk about this training. Like for me, this arc just cemented that Kubo is just about the rule of cool. Like
Yeah.
I feel like this is just about the rule. Like if you want to find logic, because I mean I'll be reading the comment section and people just be like, "Yo, how did that how?" And I'm just like, you know what? It looks good. Like Bleach looks cool. Like Kubo got by with all of the stuff that he did because the art style is amazing. Like for me, I just kind of let a lot of stuff go because like sometimes like when we get into the logic of it, like Urahara literally said, "Give me 10 days." I was like, 10? Yeah, 10 days. And then after 10 days, what's this? Ichigo was soloing vice captains. I was like, what?
And if you put it into context, how long have these vice captains and other members of society been training?
How long have they been
There's an
alive?
entire
in
academy.
comparison?
Centuries, bro. Centuries.
Yeah, the power scale is not the greatest in Bleach. It's an issue that ripples through everything.
Yeah.
I mean, again, we'll
Yeah.
get to something when we get to the thing that we get to with Ishin. Maybe
Before we
that's what.
continue,
Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, before I sound controversial, I just need to ask: what's the male version of a Mary Sue? And if there's no name, we should call it Ichigo.
Yeah.
Because
No, I don't call him a Mary Sue. I wouldn't call him that.
Ichigo's
What
power
would you call him?
is plot armor. Hey? His
No,
superpower.
he's got lots of plot armor, yes, but like the thing is, not everything works out, and two, he does be taking damage. Like if we look at somebody like Ray, right? I'm yet to see any time she actually got cut, stabbed, or force choked or anything.
But I mean,
There are times.
what
she was
battle?
But I'm saying when she's in a battle, I never felt like she was in danger. I never actually felt like Ray was gonna have a problem. Whereas when I look at Ichigo, like when he was fighting Byakuya, there was times where Byakuya was handling him.
Was he though? Especially in this arc.
For
He
me,
was.
I'd say Renji.
I mean, also
Also Renji. Yeah, also Renji. Renji put hands on Ichigo. Ichigo's issue
yeah,
is
the
that
Renji fight was cool.
I'm saying Ichigo's issue is that like he unlocks powers. That's my thing. But at least there is something happening before that happens.
All right then.
But like,
Okay.
what fight has Ichigo won? Has he actually earned the win? And that's my issue that is permanent throughout the show. Like,
I think
does he
I think
actually earn the win?
I think for me, he only earns Ikaku and Renji.
No, if you give him Ikaku, you have to give him the other ones as well. Because even Ikaku, like that doesn't. If you want to logically break it down, that doesn't make sense. For me, I just accept that Ishin had something to do with what was happening in Urahara's experimentation was happening in there that gave him all these power boosts. That's the only way I can logically justify it. Because the thing is,
Yeah.
I like the character. Like Ichigo, I think is a dope character. But like, I just think with the power scaling, Kubo just said, "Does this look cool? We're doing it. I don't care."
He was modified him, let's be honest.
Yeah. So
Anyway,
I just don't remember how they reconnect, how everybody comes back. But
if
In the beginning of the arc, I think what happens is that what's this? Or at the end of the last arc, when Ichigo was on the ground dying, and everybody has to figure out how to go save Rukia, Urahara tells Orihime and Chad that you guys have spirit powers and all of that
be
stuff.
right back.
Yeah, no problem. That he's got the spirit powers and all of that stuff and thingy, and they're going to go to the Soul Society or whatever. It is their choice or whatever. So then then Yoruichi takes the two of them for training, and then Urahara takes Ichigo down to the basement. I think we spoke about it
yeah, we
when he
did.
was getting, yeah, and then I think that's how everybody connects, and then they all go into the gate, and then that's where this arc kicks off when they all shoot into the Serite or whatever, or into Soul Society,
Yeah.
and they meet that dude by the gate or whatever.
Oh, and
Which
then
I'm just like, how did he become a Shinigami? Hold on,
they
your
had
whole thing is just two axes.
And being
they
very
had
big.
to run. There was that whole running thing, right? When they were
Oh yeah,
Mm.
yeah. There's that bridge where that thing eats the whatever's like whatever's in the bridge or whatever.
right.
It's the thing. It eats people or
And
something.
I think Chad had to like rip off Uryu's clothes or something.
Yeah.
So
And
here's my first plot hole. Why the hell did Urahara not join the crew?
apparently he can't, like, because he was banished or something.
He
See,
was banished, but technically he's also like one of the most wanted men in all society.
Yeah,
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 but
but
it's
I'm
not.
saying, like,
Yoroichi is also on that list, isn't
Yeah,
she?
she's
Yeah,
also on that
but
list.
quote unquote, she can disguise herself as a cat, I guess.
Yeah, but I mean, if we're all committing crimes, what difference does it make?
no,
Because
Exactly.
I'm
what they're
saying
doing is punishable by death,
I'm
isn't
saying there's a frame. I don't know if this explains it, but there's a frame where he tries to pass through the where Urahara tries to pass through the gate, and then it immediately like rejects him or whatever, and his hand is smoking or something. So I was assuming there's some special ritual specifically to keep him out. Kind of like how in JJK when they have that barrier that allows certain people in, and
Yes.
and other people can't come out or whatever, or other people can go in but other people can't go in. I think that's how I justify that in my head,
Ish,
because it looked like it was something special.
one day we need to touch on JJK, man. The Shibuya arc is something else.
Yeah, everybody has been commenting like, "Are you going to make a video?" There's a memorial service about he who shall not be named right now because I don't know if you've seen the spoilers as yet.
Yeah.
I
It-
don't, you know.
it's like, yeah. Anyway, so I wanted just to add, with all that said and how smart Urahara is, he could have gone through the defenses. That's my argument about that.
Yeah, because he's smart.
Number two, Urahara was playing Dumbledore.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, he's basically the Dumbledore of this show.
So
He's basically the Dumbledore of the show.
he was struggling enough to solve all these problems, but he was waiting for the real enemy to make his move.
He's just not the main character of the show, guys. That's
Yeah.
the because in
Mm.
anime, you can be stronger than the main character, but if it's not your show, you sit and watch. I mean, look at
Uh,
Whis. Look at so many characters that are.
I mean, you could have
but
teased that at least he was too busy. Like if something was happening and he was like, "There's something happening on Earth that
Mm.
could lead to a bigger conspiracy, and I can't join you guys.
Like a
Good
lot of
luck."
photos just suddenly appear out of the blue
You
and
know something, and he's
uh,
like, "I need to investigate why this is happening or
right.
something,
Yeah, but
something isn't related."
I
I would
think
have been like,
but
Kubo
"Okay, cool."
I think like
but
Kubo's. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Develo.
there's one thing we also learn about Urahara is that he deliberately doesn't tell the kids what is going on. Like when
True.
he's always plotting something, but he will always like, oh wait, something's going on. I'm gonna keep this to myself. I'm gonna find out what it is. Sometimes even at the kid's expense, so he can experiment. I mean, the whole reason why he had to send those kids to Soul Society was because of his stuff up. He put the
Mm.
Giga, he gave
Mm.
Rukia the Giga that has the Hogyoku. And
Mm.
now Aizen knew that. And he took her back, planning to destroy her and get the Hogyoku. Had he not given her that particular Giga, thinking that it has a self-destruct button, this mess wouldn't have happened. But he didn't tell them that. He just said, go save your friends.
I mean, I think the thing is for me is Kubo kind of has the Akira thing. Like he writes by the seat of his pants, I guess.
Mm.
Mm.
And it
And
works.
and like he fixed some of the issues with like Dragon Ball. He did fix some of it because everybody does get something, you know? Everybody does get to be useful. Like Orihime is way more useful than a lot of the female like Bulma is the most useful female character in Dragon Ball Z, but she doesn't get to be part of the action. Like
Yeah.
Orihime has saved people multiple times and she's there on the battlefield doing things. But like
Yes.
the thing is when you look at Kubo and his style, in the way that I'm analyzing his writing, it's kind of like we're gonna focus on what's happening now, and whatever looks cool now, like whatever sounds cool now, that's what we're gonna do. I don't have to connect it back to what's happening before unless it's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
So
Mm.
so I'm saying like yeah, Urahara could have solved a lot of problems easily. Like him being there, he could have even like sussed out Aizen's plot probably faster than everyone else,
No,
and he could have figured
we
out
okay, maybe because he wrote himself into a corner. But
yeah.
if you go further on, we know that he already knew what Aizen was up to.
And
Oh,
honestly, if Urahara knew this, that also means that Ishin and Uryu's dad also knew. You know,
They all did, yes,
for
they
me,
all did.
Mm.
I wish we could have seen more scenes with those three on Earth actually speak in the world of the living, actually having these conversations.
Yeah, but they see, but that's the side effect of having a plot like Backmaster was said, writing from the back, from the what back
from
edge
the
of your
seat of
seat,
your pants or
from the
whatever.
seat of your pants.
That's what they call it.
Or
Basically,
Yeah,
retconning. I think it's a lot of retconning happening,
Yeah,
in my
and
opinion.
I'm not
yeah,
sure
but I'm saying it
if it's
leads
the
to retcon
editors.
because it's the same as if you look at Dragon Ball Z. It's the same as like how they'll say okay, power levels mattered until power levels didn't matter. Vegeta could sense energy. We don't know how. We don't know when he learned how to do that. He could just do it,
he got his
and
ass
he
kicked
could.
once, and he thought, "Bitch, I'm gonna learn this right now."
But also, I think what we don't know, and I think this could apply to a lot of mangaka, is when the editors interfered and when they didn't. You find that I'm not saying this is what happened here, but I'm just saying that you find that someone has a story already figured out, and the editors are like, no, 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 you're revealing too much too soon. Let's do this. Let's not do this. Let's avoid this. Let's avoid that. If that makes sense.
Yeah, but I just feel like here, no, because like these problems are prevalent from the first chapters
Yeah,
of like this is what this show is. You have to accept it. Like I feel like if you accepted season one, going forward, where you're just like, oh, again, Ichigo's gonna pull something out of his butt. It's like he's been doing this since the first season. So
Mm.
it's like if you in it now, that's just the show.
I think
That's just the show. Like
I think it's because we're watching it now, knowing what we know. Back then, I think the reason it slept is because we didn't really know much. We didn't know Urahara knew all this all along. We didn't know that Ichigo's dad was aware. We didn't know about Aizen's plan. So
yeah.
it's like,
If you're watching it from fresh eyes, the plot holes and plot holing.
yes,
Yeah.
No, I would say they are in a sense that, like, if you look at where Ichigo was and you look at how he fights, like, we'll get to, well, okay. I guess we're jumping all over the place. It is what it is. Everybody will forgive us. Thank you. But if you look at where Ichigo was when he last fought
If
Byakuya, right?
okay, let's be honest. If there's anyone watching this who hasn't actually watched Bleach, you're you're like 10 years, you're like 10,000 years behind. We can't solve this. So forgive us from jumping all over the place.
So
If you're gonna
anyway,
expect us to go sequential with sequence episode by episode breakdown, watch the manga. It's Crunchyroll is out there. Uh, who else has it now?
so like, what's this? What I'm saying is that if we look at like the hollows, for example, right?
Hmm?
like the way the hollows are moving, they're taking out like they're taking out these guys that what's this that Rukia is worried about. Rukia will see them and she'd be like, "Oh, he's from so and so. He's done so and so," and she's been talking about Shinigami and what Shinigami do and all of that stuff, right? So we're thinking that these guys are supposed to have something going on. And then Ichigo is just bodying enemies that they cannot body, and he's bodying them in fights with like relatively no issue or whatever.
Yeah.
Like he's like even the way he wins against some of the hollows is kind of just like, bro, have you done this before?
Have
When
you
did
done?
you do this?
Has
Like
someone
the
taught you
like
how
the
to
the Menos Grande moment, like when I watched it the first time when I saw it, I was just like, wait, he did that with like relatively no explanation. I mean, it looked cool, okay, but so for me, I saw the signs of like you watch enough Dragon Ball, you watch some of Naruto,
Yeah.
you can see the signs of where these characters are just going to get
I wanted,
upshots and powers.
wanted to say that I think one thing that we were already used to at this point was the main character just being OP for no reason, and we being cool with it, like, yay, they're actually able to do something.
Where did the sparkles come
I
from?
don't know. They just came out of the blue. I was like, hey, and then they just came out of the blue.
Okay,
And then
picking sparkles.
Pretty cool.
It's Byakuya's fault.
Yeah.
uh, oh, so we both have the same captain. Damn.
Of course.
Ah, dude,
Look,
my guys can patch.
I hear you though. Like I feel like first time I watched the show. I mean, I did ask myself like, I wonder why Urahara is not joining. But then the story catches up, so you eventually put it to the back of your mind. But in hella retrospect, like in rewatches, it does not make Bleach look good. And I understand as I'm a fan of the show too, so I can also just be like, dude, it's just the show. It has its flaws and keep it moving. But I mean, as a fan, I think I'm allowed to be like, this flaw kind of contributed to my watching experience.
No, no, no. I mean, I think the thing is when you rewatch things, it is difficult. Like, I mean, I was going through Dragon Ball Z, and I'm just like, yeah,
It's like, I
why?
mean, I'll compare it to the other magical boy, Harry Potter. I like Harry Potter, don't get me wrong. But there's a lot of times where I'm like, this guy's got a hella plot armor. There's
Yeah,
no way this kid is
Yeah.
alive.
yeah,
And I feel that way about Ichigo a lot, where I'm like, you're half hollow now?
yeah,
What?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I like if we look at Goku also, like Goku has like done the things where I'm just like, when the hell did you learn this? How the hell did you learn this? And like, why is this like able like
Yeah.
the power jumps here? If we do the math, how is training?
Uh,
Because he didn't train in 100 times gravity the whole time. Like there was just a time where he was stuck in it, and then he eventually we assume he did it on the way to Namek. But I'm
Yes.
like the time scaling for him in order to jump from where he jumped to
To
and
100. Yeah.
yeah, and all of that stuff. But it's just like it looked cool, and we
No,
liked
wait,
it.
wait, 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 wait. This, I'm actually offended.
Yeah,
How dare you compare Goku to Ichigo? Don't you ever mention those two in the same breath. Goku at least Goku trains he trains for techniques. Put Kamehameha aside. Spirit Bomb he learns. Kaioken he learns. Ichigo is just like
solar
yes,
flare, solar flare.
no, look, there's exceptions. Goku's a martial arts genius, right? So there's exceptions to him, and he'll learn things.
I
But
hear what
Ichigo literally never learns anything. Ichigo just wakes up and he's the most powerful guy in the world.
No,
you
that's not
And
fair. That's not fair
no, he
because
is.
you have to count his training with Urahara. Yes, the window is insane.
No,
Yes.
I repeat, Urahara literally teaches him, you need to have a little bit of resolve when you fight.
That-
Then suddenly Ichigo's
No, that's not only him. That's not the only thing he teaches him. There's other stuff
What
he
did he
teaches
teach
him
him?
as well.
What did he
But
teach
What
when
did he
he
teach
threw
him?
when he threw him down in the hole and all of that stuff, he was teaching him to have to control his Reitatsu so
No,
he
he
doesn't turn
didn't. He
into a
literally
hollow.
said, when you strike to kill. When you block to defend. And then whatever he said. That's all he said. And then Ichigo was like, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah,
Now
but
I
there
can
was
kill.
also the whole thing of fighting with him for 10 days and teaching and what's this and because he was fighting an expert or whatever. Look, I'm just
You
saying
see?
Shonen does no, but if we look at Goku, and we take Goku, we have to include the Kamehameha. It doesn't make sense.
That's fine. I'll include the Kamehameha. I'll give
And
it
we
to you
have
that.
to and we
But at
also
least
have
we
to
got to see at least we got to see Goku trying to catch bubbles. At least like we actually
Yeah.
I
felt
get that.
like we
I
even
feel
like
you
back
on
to
that.
like Kami and when he was training with Korin. Like Goku actually trains
This
and learns things.
this
Ichigo just
outrage.
woke up. Ichigo's Beyonce. I woke up like this, literally.
No, no, this is a clip. We have to clip this
Yeah,
out.
no, that's what I was thinking. This is exactly. But look,
I feel you,
you
but
know why I agree with Peter. When Byakuya released his thing, his
oh, his
flowers,
Senbon
Bankai.
Sakura.
not the Bankai,
Oh,
the
Shikai,
Senbon
the
Ishika.
Sakura.
yeah.
Isekai, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I don't know if it was the Shika or the Bankai. I don't remember. The way Ichigo was just slicing all those things, I was like,
No, no,
no,
that was the Bankai. That was at the end. Um,
there's
Oh
no
yeah.
way.
Yeah, it was the
but
Bankai. Yeah.
at but at the beginning, it was heavily inferred that had he released his Shikai, Ichiko would have been dead.
Yes.
The first part where they're busy fighting on the bridge and they're
Mhm.
trying to rescue Rukia and like
Oh, and Yoruichi, best girl steps in. Yo,
best
that
girl.
entrance was fire.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look, for me,
What?
Yoroichi is one of the best characters in all of Bleach,
Okay,
from my
let's.
perspective.
And she technically did more training on
Yes.
Ichigo than Urahara.
Yeah.
Even though she was basically following Urahara's manual. Let's be
Yeah,
honest.
and
Yeah.
the other thing is like 3 days. Like I just think like I feel Pila on what
But
he's saying.
I
I
think
let it go because I'm just like I accept this show for what it is. Like
yeah,
I'm watching it on
yeah.
a
Because
rewatch, and I'm just like, yeah, no,
I,
Ichigo is the
I
master of
I
Aspu.
wanna give
I'm not gonna.
I wanna level with you guys. The whole 3 day thing, the whole training, having a different training room that looks like a different world altogether, is a page from the hyperbolic time chamber.
Yes.
And and from there, he was trying to make an excuse of this ridiculously short time frame being actually longer in this separate world. I'd have understood like if and my God, he actually does that in the end.
It's the time chamber, bro.
Well,
We'll
I
get
mean,
back.
like I would have accepted it if he said that. Like I would have been cool, but I don't feel like that was communicated properly. Like
No,
I
it
just felt
wasn't
like,
communicated at
Yeah.
that point. But there comes a time where they actually do it, and I'll explain.
oh,
When we
okay,
get to that, I'll show. I'll
oh,
show you.
okay, okay.
This is where he literally stole the hyperbolic time chamber idea.
Okay,
But
let's just quickly just then go through it quickly. So after they run from that whole thing and Chad saves Ishtar, they get to I think you said Serete, they get to the gate, right?
Yeah, they get to
yes,
the
Right.
gate.
Serete.
Right.
Yeah.
Guy says you
Mm.
cannot enter, you're not welcome. I think who sliced him? Was it Ichigo?
Uh,
Yeah,
and the
each
wolf.
you
No.
know no. So what happens is that he and Ichigo go at it because it's like Chad gives he does the whole Vegeta thing where he's giving exposition anime style, and then he's like, oh, Urahara was just saying, oh, he lacks his experience. So if he has experience, he will be a monster or whatever. And then he blocks like the attack from Giant Axe Dude, which I'm just like, how did you become a shit? Like Shinigami did not look good for a very long time. It was like
They still don't.
up until no, but like up until Kenpachi, you actually like when Kenpachi drops, I'm like, okay, these guys are something. Up until that
Mhm.
point, no,
Yeah.
no.
No,
Let me
but
be fair. Let me be fair. Byakuya,
is
he
it?
does say to Ichigo, you're slow, even at falling or whatever. Okay, that was all right. But like for a long time, I was just like, none of y'all actually are coming out good in this
Uh,
at all. Like,
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Before we continue, I just wanted to add two things. Right, one, we also get to see that the captain's wearing this lovely coat that
mm,
became
Mm.
the symbol of the captainhood, which, in hindsight, to prove to what you're saying that he's writing from the edge of his seat, or whatever you called it, he literally reversed the coat that Urahara was wearing.
oh.
Yeah.
That's how he created the captain's Haori.
Wow, I never
And
thought
I
of
was
it.
like, he said
Hmm.
it in one of his interviews. I was like, ah,
Look,
but
I don't blame him. I don't
Yeah.
blame him. Sometimes when you're dealing with so many other things, and you're doing stuff weekly. Come on, like, you just
Mm.
No,
gonna.
but like that's why
no,
I'm
but
like
uh,
that's why you
uh,
gotta ask Shonen what is the deal
what is the
here?
pressure? Yeah.
Like people would be fine with a monthly. There's no way they wouldn't be. You can't tell me that Naruto fans would throw a fit if Masashi was doing
True.
monthlies. That
Dude,
would
I mean,
never
there were
happen.
times where they would get newsletters that Masashi is too sick to write.
mm.
He's going to be recovered. And everyone in the whole world was like, dude, rest, get well soon.
Yeah.
Mm.
We all
Because it's as
understood.
if they're behaving as if they don't have TV there. It's like the only medium that they have is printed
But,
stuff.
you know,
And then also, it's just like there's a bunch of other series. Like, well, like for me, when Naruto went off, I would read Bleach, and then when Bleach
Yeah,
went off, I would read One Piece. So like, there's
exactly.
enough
Yeah, that's
entertainment
true.
around.
so,
There's enough
it,
entertainment around. But
And,
anyway,
and to make it worse, to make that worse, the anime sometimes is so fast that they're faster than the actual manga that's coming out weekly.
Mm.
That's why we have filler. You're like, how fast are these animate? So you realize that the work culture there in Japan is just
is
unreasonable.
South Africans
absurdly
would
high.
strike.
We would die.
Yeah.
No,
Strike. Would,
dog. I give it
I,
like I give it 2 weeks, and they're like, "Here, you want me to what?
I
What?
amazing.
I agree with you
House,
though.
house, house."
If they filled the magazine with a lot more titles and then the artists got to release their stuff maybe once every 2 weeks or once every month, it would give a wider range of artists to provide and
Mm,
give them more
better
rest time.
quality.
And then
Probably a good
also,
idea.
it would
Also,
make for better stories.
Yeah.
yeah, I was
So,
about to
Yeah.
add that. I was
yeah.
about to add that. I think what happens now and why Bleach got the way it ended up being was the fact that there was no incentive for Kubo to actually write a well fleshed out story. He was
True.
being rewarded for doing what he was doing so well. I mean, and if you look at it story wise, I'm not bashing Bleach for what it is. I love Bleach, but if you look at the
Mm.
amount of heart he put in Zombie Powder as
Mm.
opposed to the amount of heart he put into Bleach, and then to see Bleach then go like wee, and then Zombie Powder to go like eh,
Mm.
you get away with you know what, F it. Let me just say, oh, you, this is your
Mm.
code now. You
Yeah.
know, those are the things.
Yeah. Because hey, he put
Because
his heart and soul into Zombie Powder, eh? And he was really disappointed when it got cancelled.
mm,
I mean, he wanted to quit. That's how bad it was. He wanted to quit this whole manga thing.
mm,
I think he's also the only author I know who spoke that much about his negative experience with Shonen Jump. I can't like publicly.
Mm. But I
You
think
know?
I think it's because I remember I watched a video essay on YouTube. Shonen Jump really wanted him badly. I think that's why, because he knew that they needed him more than he needed them, type
He
of
was
thing.
the best artist on their roster, so I can
Yeah.
he
imagine.
was.
Mm. Mm.
He was. So
Mm.
well, just to tie Neatball, if you pay attention, Kushki wasn't wearing his coat when he came and said that epic line that you're slow even at falling. When he stabbed Ichigo, he was dressed in a normal Shinigami outfit,
Oh yeah.
which, if you look at hindsight, is
Mm.
absurdly crazy if you're a captain.
It's
Like,
it's out of character actually for Byakuya
Well,
too.
maybe it's the
oh,
thing of if you do your retcon and backstories in your head
Mm.
and
is
everything. Maybe it's the thing of he was going to a situation that was embarrassing, so he didn't want to be repping the goatee in such a situation that was embarrassing
oh
because it was
That's
oh
just
true.
like,
Yeah.
he just got a call in the middle of the night. It's like, oh shit, they
Yeah,
found my sister. Like,
that's
fuck,
what that's
yes,
that's what I think
Reggie, let's
happened.
go.
That's what I think happened more than the former, because knowing who Byakuya is, that guy is too proud, man. That guy is
oh yeah, but I'm saying also in that pride, he can also say like, I'm not going to go grace the world, the human world with my fly ass captain's garb.
but
No.
uh, but
he
it's
wouldn't
also
have won. He wouldn't have won his hair thingies then
but
as
but
well.
also canonically speaking, he also thinks the Harry is a cheap garment. So
Oh, okay.
He thinks what?
the Harry is a cheap garment. He's quoted saying that.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, then I have nothing for you.
I, 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 I'm just gonna give you a little context of Japanese culture. You see that scarf he's wearing?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That scarf is so expensive. It could buy 10 houses.
Damn.
That's how absurdly overdressed this guy is. That man, he knows his
Exactly.
nobility. He's like he is one of the royal
Exactly.
family. So,
Exactly.
so that Harry, that
Exactly.
everyone's like, I'm a captain. I'm gonna put this on. Is
All right, let's talk a little bit more about the arc. Like one of the fights that I found was interesting to me was Gin Ryusai versus Utakate and what? How do you say his
Ukitake,
name?
Ukitake, and
Ukitake and
isn't
Shinsui.
Shinsui?
Shinsui.
Hiraku Shinsui and Ukutaku.
Dude
Oh
in
yeah,
the fly gi with the flowers, because like
Yeah.
he's got some mad drip. But anyway, like I just found it wild that Gin Ryusai was like, "Oh, you don't agree with me? You must pay." I'm like, dog, what is this soul
what is your
society?
Wait,
problem?
are we
Yeah.
going that far to the to the eve of the Bankai thing? I thought it was just gonna go up until the rescue. There's the invasion part, and then
Oh,
the rescue.
I made it past the rescue part. I
Yeah,
did a whole marathon.
you did the whole marathon.
Mm.
Like nice. Anyway, I wanted to just okay. Before we get to those, props to Genrisa because I was gonna put him up next week because he was the next captain I was gonna highlight for for that period of time because he is my favorite. And
Is he?
Genrisa,
Hmm.
like number one, my number one captain is Kuchiki, and then close second is Genrisa because like I mentioned before, he makes me look forward to getting old. Like, take care of
Mm.
yourself, live healthy, and you'll be the old, awesome badass. And
If
that's
Master
something,
Roshi was if Master Roshi was serious about life, like
yeah,
took life
Mm.
seriously, that
yeah.
it would be
Mm.
Captain Yamamoto.
And that's what I appreciate. That's what I appreciate about anime and manga a whole lot more than just any other form of media is that you appreciate becoming older because the truth is we are getting older, gentlemen. That's the rub of life. But we live in a society that glorifies youth, glorifies having your successes young, glorifies making it big at a certain time, and then if you don't, you're supposed to be a useless bum. That you find that characters like these old people that are teaching these young ones the way, but they're also powerful in their own right. There's a reason why they're in command. Is something to look forward to, and that's what I want. That's what I want to highlight.
Yeah.
Well, that's my wise moment for the night. I'm not gonna give you guys any more. Okay.
Yeah. I just found it wild that Gin Ryusai was just like she did what? She gave it what? Okay, execution. No.
No,
Yeah.
wait. I need to come into defense of the captain there. The captains are supposed to execute the order. The people that are in charge of determining whoever's fate are the central 46.
I'm
Yeah,
just
let's
saying
say
though, he
Master
could have
Roshi
just
does,
come
yeah.
in and just said, "Let's not do this."
Yeah,
We truly
he
are
could
okay.
have.
Mm.
He
If
had the
there's anyone
authority,
watching Bleach for
yes.
the first, if there's anyone who has no idea what Bleach is about, we profusely apologize. Like we are all over
Yeah.
the place.
We are no, you know what? The fact that we are going all over the place in this particular arc shows just how much we love it.
No, and
Yeah.
also if somebody does
Mm.
want to watch it, we're not giving them any real context as to what's happening in this arc.
Oh,
Wait,
Yeah,
since
that's
you
why
guys are
I wanted us to go, obviously not touch every detail, but just go a bit like,
okay.
Okay, where do you want to start from, Mr.
Let's
Extruder?
rewind. They got
yeah, let's rewind from the gate, please.
Okay, sure.
Because this is when we get introduced to Gin, right? And
Oh, right.
it's a very
Mm.
important moment because Ichigo calls him Fox. Okay, anyway, so
yes,
they
Fox
fight.
Eyes,
Chad blocks the what did you say he blocked
the
the
axe.
attack.
Mm,
No. Ichigo blocked the attack. He blocked the
yes.
axe.
Okay, and then obviously Gin heard about this whole situation. Then he comes. Gin is just this captain. He's one of the captains in Soul
Yes.
Society. He's very calm. He's chilled, and he's like, lower the gate." He tells
No,
tells
no.
that guy,
And I was like, why? What are you doing?
He looks
yeah,
so evil. Oh my god.
Mm.
Like
The
yeah,
the
Yeah,
only
that's
way
true.
you lose is if you die. You can't tell me you lost
yes,
honorably and you're still alive.
yes.
What the hell?
And then
Yeah.
as punishment, I think he chopped his hand off, right?
Well, in the
uh
manga,
oh, in the manga he chopped the
he
hand off.
lopped it clean off. It does a
Oh.
boop.
Even in the anime, am I wrong to think
In the
No,
that?
in the
anime,
anime I think
they
he
just
just
they
slices
just
it or
slice it.
something.
That's when you see the absurd level of censoring that they try to introduce in Bleach. Some of these things are censored for no reason.
Mm,
But I
mm.
mean, this it's a cooler moment because technically that's the second captain we meet, and he's also
Mm.
Yeah,
just as vicious.
Yeah.
It's Byakuya.
And then you start thinking, it's moment like that when you start feeling sorry for the main characters. You're like, there's no way you guys are gonna make it. Like, this
Yeah.
is near impossible.
And then
And
you
then
see
Kubo
also
says,
we see just also how impulsive Ichigo is. He jumps in there. He fights off a captain
Mm.
Mm.
out of nowhere, and then I think what made him go seriously, attack him seriously is when he heard his name, right?
yeah.
Ichimaru Gin.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Gin
no,
was
when
like,
Gin says you're Ichigo, right? Or
yeah,
something like
Ichigo,
that.
right? Oh, okay. Then he turns and walks away. He's like, I'm gonna take care of this. What are you going to do? Like with with a little sword, Ikaruse, Shinsei. The impact knocked him clean out, and then bye bye.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
And then to show, that's another thing that to show that Soul Society is also, well, we were busy making fun of it, but it is a serious a serious organization.
Mm.
The fact that Gin didn't kill Ichigo and the Gate Guardian was a grounds for him to be put on trial. People
Yeah.
also
But
forget
Because
it was also some nice foreshadow. Like that's the thing with Kubo. Kubo, I
yeah.
think he has
Mm.
Yeah.
he has that like it's like Akira. You know when like people say that oh Goku just spared Vegeta because he wants to fight him again, yada yada yada. If you watch Dragon Ball and you put that in context, Akira had set up Goku sparing people out of the kindness of his heart for a
Mm.
very long time
Mm.
because
Yeah.
as a child he was not like that. And
Right.
then you get to this, and it is such epic foreshadowing in a sense with Gin what happened there, where it was just
yeah.
like if you're not paying attention to it, you'll miss it. But as you go
Mm,
on in the series, you're like,
Oh,
oh,
yeah. But
yeah.
also,
Mm.
I think this is where, because I think just after that, okay. Orihime heals the guy whose hand was
yeah.
sliced. That's
Yeah.
why you start seeing that she's useful. Then Gin goes to the meeting. I think that's when they start having the first
No,
meeting.
Orihime was useful in the tunnel thing that they were running
Oh,
from
the whole
because they
time, yeah.
wouldn't they wouldn't have survived without her. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's also something about Orihime that irks my gears, but they don't reveal it in this season. They reveal it in the next one, so I'll let
Yeah.
it go.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's just, yeah.
Say less, fam. I heard you. I felt it.
Yeah.
I
Let's
felt it.
bookmark. We'll bookmark that
Yeah.
that idea.
okay.
Jeez.
So basically, I think Gin goes to the meeting. This is basically when we get introduced to all the
The other
Gote
captains now.
13
Yeah.
or the 13 squad captains, and all of them are
Gote
different. And
Jusantai.
yeah, all of them are different heights, different sizes, different personalities. I like the fact that this guy, whenever there is in the meeting, his eyes are always closed. Like he's listening, but he's not saying anything. It's just,
Who's on? Back here.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Him and
and now
him and
I think
Unohana actually are always like that, if you've noticed.
Who, Tosin?
No, not
And
Tosen.
Tosin. Oh.
Unohana, the
Oh
third
Oh.
the
yeah,
third squad captain.
fourth.
Oh, sorry, fourth. Yeah.
Uh, oh goodness, I can go. Do I still remember them I think I remember all of them by name, all 13 of them.
Okay, let's go quickly.
Should I go from 13th to 1 or 1 to 13?
Yeah, go 13 to 1.
13 is Ukutaki Jushiro.
Yes.
Okay.
12 is
What do
Kurots.
they specialize in? What does his
No, no,
squad specialize in?
he's permanently on sick leave. Shame. They're supposed to be.
No, some of these squads are specific.
Yes,
They
they do. They
I
do
know
have
Squad 4 is the one that's weak because they just clean like the sewers and they heal people or something. Squad 4, right?
they're the medical wing.
yeah.
Yeah.
The 13, if I'm not quite mistaken, you correct me from below and everything like that. They're like supposed to be in charge of either preserving the holy sites of Serisatai.
Mm.
Yeah.
So it's Ukitake and then it's
12 is Kurotsuchima Yuri, the mad scientist.
okay, yeah.
11 is everybody knows
So
him, Zaraki
so so
Kenpachi.
so 12 is basically research
Research and development.
and
Yeah.
science.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
R&D.
Okay.
Very
Which is
important.
weird because I'm like, this is the afterlife. What are y'all researching?
Spiritual pressures, any potential threats that may arise in Serete.
and any
Bureaucracy follows you everywhere.
and
Hey
and,
Even
dog,
into
and,
the
even to the
afterlife.
afterlife. It's
and
like
new technology. Let's not forget
it's
the
like
geek.
it's like SARS if you owe them taxes, you can't escape.
Oh you're in hell. That's fine. Remember to sign here and here.
Sign here.
You still owe us 1,000. Chief,
You know,
I'm
where did you
gone.
go?
They brought
understand.
Ghostbusters.
We understand that you. Oh wait. Excuse me. Hello. I'm your.
Are you from
Did
SARS?
Did you just get murdered by your? Did you just get murdered by the protagonist of your anime? From Soul Society? Did an orange head cut your head off? Cut your head clean in half? You may be entitled to compensation, but we need you to please sign up to. Please contact us on Sarasate Department, R&D Department, R&D Department on 55502. You're dead.
Wow.
It's the head turn. The head turn is my favorite. Every time he does this.
Hi.
That's comedical. That's cool.
So, oh yeah, 11 is Zaki Kenpachi. Everyone,
So what do they deal with? They deal with
they're the strongest.
They just
So-
like
Yeah.
they just about boxing.
that's fine.
Basically, think of them as the front lines.
Yes.
So if something were to happen, the other guys were supposed to be first in line to go mess things up.
Which is
It's
funny
like an
because
army,
what
like
happens
an,
with
like
Zaraki
an
in
army of
this.
sorts, basically.
Yeah, something like that.
Mm.
And then number 10, Hitsuga Toshiro. There's my boy.
Ah,
Mm.
Toshiro.
Best boy.
Toshiro. Yes, boy. I saw a
This
picture. I
arc
had to bring
doesn't
you
do
up.
him any favors though. I won't even lie. This arc doesn't do him no favors, bro.
What do they do?
Well, they're basically supposed to be the investigators, like the detectives of the group,
Because they do a lot of
which is
admin. Eh?
weird.
That makes a lot of sense now.
Like they do a lot of admin, and Matsumoto hates the admin that they have to do.
Matsumoto!
She's always bailing, bro.
Can we talk about Matsumoto? Can we finally talk about Matsumoto? I mean, like,
Yeah,
guys,
let's talk about her. She's
guys,
just the head killer over there.
Rangiku.
Yeah, it's been over the top.
I think I can cosplay her. Give me a moment.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Don't get the video demonetized. YouTube might just comment and say this is explicit content now.
Also, I just want to make a side note. Bleach has a tendency of doing this, but whatever unresolved storylines or plot lines from a previous arc, if they're not solved in that arc, they are forgotten about and they never return ever again.
Forget
If
it.
you're still wondering, oh, the hollow that killed.
What? Oh my goodness. Oh. man.
Taicho, they almost killed me. What killed?
Okay,
Like,
Steven,
no more
Steven,
fucking-
we passed the mark. They'll demonetize, Chief. put your cleavage away.
That is so funny.
What possessed him to think? You know what? We need to have a check with the most biggest boobs known to humanity.
No, but
I feel
look,
like- I feel
a
like-
lot of female characters were drawn like that, though.
Yeah.
To be
She was
fair.
competing. She was competing with Masashi Kishimoto with who's
With Tsunade.
Mm.
Tsunade.
and then Edo Ichiro Oda also entered the chat and did Robin.
You know?
Yeah.
No, well, Robin and Nami, so.
Yeah.
Look, the things you need to take away from like characters like Robin and Nami, from a person who really doesn't care about the Tatars, but they're like objectively well shaped. Matsumoto is like top heavy to the most horrifying degree.
Yeah.
Is it horrifying?
That is not that
No.
bad. But I do get what you're saying.
There is the line my cousin says once when he first saw Bleach, he said, "Do you not mean mountains on chests?" And to this day, that's all I hear. Like Matsumoto, mountains on chests, and that to this day I cannot unhear it.
But anyway, yeah. So they are.
Oh, we forgot to add that there's also the one Furinji Miu. Leon shame.
Yeah, so I mean, he's
strongest
consistent.
disciple.
He's consistent.
Oh.
And for those of us that do like that, we just like, hey, I see you, Kubo. Okay, this plot is all over the place, but I see you.
This is squad 10, right?
That was squad 10,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, so investigation, detective type of thing. All right.
Yes. And then squad 9 is Tosin Kaname. Oh, Kaname Tosin, whatever you. Oh, no, that's Tosin Kaname. There you go. Yeah. Tosin Kaname. And they're basically in charge of the
Hey,
newspaper.
the only black captain, and he has to be part of the traitors. I was like, Issa.
The in charge of what?
The newspaper.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Eisen is in charge of the news. Oh no, Eisen is something
Tosin.
else.
The irony. Tosin was in charge of the newspaper.
The
The
blind,
blind guy.
the blind
Tosin.
guy is in charge
Say
of
like
Okay.
is in charge
He
of.
had a dope. He
So
had a
they're the
dope
ones that
design. It's
basically
just like
send out
yo.
those butterflies, those message butterflies.
the Hell Butterflies were in charge. Were basically communication lies authorized by everyone. There was an illustrated monthly magazine that they used to send out throughout Soul Society with
What?
different captains.
What?
Wow.
Yeah, that's another thing. I'm just like, how does Soul Society work? Okay,
The
this it looks
priorities are
cool.
everywhere.
Yeah.
And
It just
then
it just looks cool. Okay,
and
fine.
then number 8 would be Kyoraku Shinsui. And I
Uh,
have no idea what
He's
that
my
squad was
second.
about.
He's my second favorite captain after Byakuya. By the way,
The
him,
womanizer,
him, him and Ukitake are basically tied.
so
That
the
position.
womanizer of the group. I like.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, you know, people like to say he's a womanizer. I just think he's weak. He's weak around women. He doesn't think he's not a misogynist or anything like that.
no,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean the other thing is you have to understand in Japanese culture, basically when they do this stuff, like for example, Jiraiya never scored with anybody, not really.
Yeah, even Kakashi. I mean, we like not we don't talk about Kakashi like that, but deep down we know that when
Nah.
in those
He's
cases,
literally
when
he has
in those
literally
cases,
reading.
Mr. Bells, he was busy reading some.
No, but I mean, like Kakashi is just a reader. Like Jiraiya was active in the streets. It's just that he wasn't winning.
Jiraiya is an author. Give Jiraiya.
Yes.
Shout out to Jiraiya.
Shout out to, but anyway, with what's his name? I keep messing it up.
Shinsui.
Shinsui. I'm just gonna call him Shinsui.
Shinsui, yeah, Kyoraku
Yeah.
Shinsui. Yeah.
Yeah, with Shinsui, he has that thing of where he could do it, he just chooses not to. I
He,
guess
yeah,
like he's got that thing where if he wanted to pick up women, he could probably pick up all the women, no
Yeah.
problem. Like it,
no, his risk game would have won the day. It's
no,
just
that
that
that coat alone, that
yeah,
coat
that
alone,
quote alone.
that butterfly coat, that pink coat, that thing
What
was
was his
fire.
division in charge of?
I don't know, I don't remember.
Which one?
His division.
Squad 8.
Yeah, I don't know what Squad
I,
8 did.
I, and I have no idea
I
what they
don't
were in charge
know.
of.
Yeah.
I just got the impression that Nanao is also doing a lot of admin though.
Yeah.
Mm.
And then who else? Oh, Squad 7, one of my favorite captains too. And look, I'm gonna sound like a hypocrite because I was like there are many captains, but one of my other favorite captains is Komamura Sergeant.
Komamaru.
Komamura Sergeant.
Oh, Komamura. Is he the wolf guy?
The
Yep.
fox or whatever.
Komamura. Oh.
I also like him, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, like great.
I just
bunker. Great
like how
bunker.
organically awesome that bunker of his is. It's like one
Mhm.
big ass.
You know, one thing that I can applaud Kubo for is finding a way to make all these captains likable.
Hmm.
I don't think we instantly hated any captain. Like
It's
we
yeah.
really liked all of them
We
for
hated the
some
organization, but
Mm.
and then the other props we need to give Mr. Kubo is that do you know how difficult it is to have equally powerful warriors and then give them unique
Mm.
powers?
No,
And
I'm saying like that's the thing. Kubo shined when it came to character design and all
Yeah.
of that stuff. Like when it came to character design, when it came to fights and fight choreography and all of that stuff, it looks cool. That's why you don't ask questions. Like people who like Bleach, if you bring up the power scaling, it's hard to defend it. Like I mean, you saw me in Pillar when I was trying to justify the 10 days. I tried to justify the 10 days. I accept it because I'm just like this is shonen.
Oh no, the 10 days is nothing compared to what
A
was.
day and a half.
No,
No,
it
Day
was
and a
three
half.
days.
wasn't a
It
day
was
and a
three
half.
days. It was
It
3
was
days.
No,
it was
it is
supposed to
a.
be 3 days, and then they found out that they put forward the execution
What?
date.
Okay, so then it was. Oh, was it a day? No, it was.
No,
day
no,
and a
no, no,
half.
guys.
Yeah.
I know I'm jumping ahead, but obviously the final Getsuga Tensho one is for me the worst.
Oh,
It
no.
was literally just sit
Right.
down and you'll
Okay.
figure it out. That's what I was like. You know what? It is what it is.
Okay.
Ichigo,
Anyway.
do you,
Anyway,
bro.
getting back to
Yeah,
it. Then,
but basically what I was basically saying is the fact that he was able to come up with different personalities of all these captains,
Mm.
and for us to actually understand how powerful they were compared to their is it subordinates or whoever
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Some of this vice captains was also pretty cool, but like
Yeah.
some of the other ones, like that three sword thing, the guy who fights Ganjuru or whatever,
Yeah.
that one was whack for me. I was just like, all right,
yeah I
what's
never really understood the vein guy, no?
yeah,
Oh no,
Ikaku's friend.
Yumichika. Oh my god, I
yeah.
remember.
Mm. But I like Iba, for instance. Wabiske for me has always been
No,
dope.
Ikaku, I liked Ikaku upon
But
arrival.
but
No, not Ikaku. I'm talking about Iba.
No, I was just saying, like, as in the vice captains, I liked Ikaku upon arrival. I really liked
Yeah.
him.
Ikaku is not a vice captain.
Yeah, he's not.
Oh, he's not. Who's the
Third
vice?
seat.
Who's
The vice
the?
Is that
Is
the
he
vice
the?
Zoro?
Oh,
Yachiru. She's the
oh,
vice
He's the
captain.
third seat.
oh, he's third seat.
And then
Right.
Yumichika is fourth seat of Squad 11. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
as you can see, just to show just how strong Squad 11 is, those third and fourth were fighting on an even footing with vice captains of other squads.
On a vice captain level, yeah.
Mm.
So those are things people don't, because we are so accustomed to how strong Ichigo and the gang is. We don't see just how strong these other characters are,
Mm.
which is a kind of a catch-22 because these supposed to be a group of elite warriors who've been fighting
For eons.
for eons. And here comes Mr. Okay, take away Ichigo. How come Chad and them were also keeping up?
Yeah.
Dude, by proxy. Plot
But
armor by
Yeah.
proxy.
you know,
But anyway, I think you were at the ninth captain.
oh yeah, no, the ninth is Tosin, and then I
Oh,
said eight
eight.
was
So you had seven, I think.
seven was Komamura Sajin.
No,
All
wait.
right.
Eight. Who's eight? Oh, eight is Sansu, you know?
Yeah, eight, yeah, Shunsui, yeah, Kurika Shunsui.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay.
Komamura Sajin is seven.
Mhm.
Six is my boy Kuchikibyakia,
Yeah.
and then five.
It's Superman.
Hey, Clark Kent,
Aizen Dodge title.
Aizen Sasuke.
But wait, what does
That
what does his squad do?
bastard.
Because he does a lot of admin, bro. Like Aizen used to write a lot of stuff. I don't know what he was writing, but
I know he was.
He was writing hacks. He was writing, I am the main villain of this entire series. And
oh,
then
but
he just
And the other thing about Aizen is what? Let's see.
who's his
Oh
vice
no,
captain? Is it Hinamamori or? Huh?
yeah,
Hi-
Hinanamori, I
Hinamori.
think. Yeah.
Hinamori.
Hinamori.
And she
But she
never
doesn't.
recovered, eh?
No,
She does. She
she was
doesn't
so
seem like a
raised.
vice captain. Yeah, she got Yamchad. Like
No,
she.
yes, she did.
No, I don't think she got Yamcha because remember Yamcha dies to like fodder. She got outplayed. That was different.
She was
She
used like a
never came back.
puppet.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
no.
I'm saying that's different because she
It's
got
just like
outplayed. And she
no,
also got killed by like the strongest character in the show at the
no,
time, I guess.
she's like that person. You know what? Who that girl that knows that never gets that this man is toxic. You know, she'll always go back to the dangerous ex. She'll always.
Yeah,
Well, to be fair, we didn't know. Nobody knew what
nobody
Aizen
knew.
was doing.
Yeah, but that PTSD really messed her up. Eh?
It was too much.
And going back to what Pila said earlier, these plot holes that never really get resolved. Like for me, it's like, why is Toshiro so invested in Hinamamori like that? As if
Oh
they're
no,
cousins
no,
or something.
they grew up together. That's why.
Oh,
I think
at
if you look
Rabongi,
at
ne?
there's some at Rakonga. If you look, there's some episode where she used where you know that episode where they visit training, and we get to see
I remember. This Renji and Iba
Renji and
and
them.
Matsumoto
Yeah, there's a scene where she goes and visits
Toshiro.
Toshiro as a kid.
Yeah,
They're
used
busy
to
eating
die.
watermelon. It's all cute and sweet. So they grew up together basically. She's
Yeah,
just
that's true.
older, so she went to the academy before everyone else.
And I think that's why for Hitsugaya, that moment was okay, we'll get there, but the moment where he discovered that Aizen bodied the whole of Central 46 and he wanted revenge, it was not just about the Central 46, it was about
Mm.
Inamori.
Oh no, he does that. He went chasing after her. That's the thing. It's like why?
Anyway, who's number 5? We were at number 6.
Number 5 is Aizen Sasuke.
Okay, then number 4 is
Unohana Retsu.
right. Okay, I know.
Yeah,
I remember her.
the medical lady, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and then number 3 is
Ichimaru Gin.
right. And
Yeah.
then number
Number two
2
is Soy
is
Phone.
Soy.
Soifon.
Oh,
Shout out to Soifon.
wait,
She would have been a
She
Soifon
is
is a captain. I never got that impression.
she is my
Wow.
yeah.
she is my third favorite captain out of all of them. Like I said, 2 is a tie between Ukitaki and Shinsui. 1 is this guy. Number 3 is Soy Phone. It has to
Yeah,
be Soy.
justice for Soifon, dude.
Like
Soifon.
I
Yeah.
wish Disney could take notes on how to write a strong female character.
Mm.
Soy
In
Phone is
Soifon,
anything.
she didn't come off strong to me in this arc.
No, not
Oh no no
necessarily.
Until
Not
she resolves maybe her thing. We'll get to it when we get to it.
What I'm
with
talking
the,
about is like writing a strong female character. It doesn't even have to be about fighting prowess, but just how to write a good, strong female character.
In
So
my opinion, Soifon has probably the one of the best fights in Bleach of all time. Like
Oh,
against the
her and
Konosuba.
Yoruichi.
no,
she just has one of the greatest fights.
Yeah.
If you know, you know.
yeah. I think
Okay. I'm blanking, but I guess I'll have to when I on my rewatch. I'll see it.
but
It might even be my second favorite of all
honestly
time.
speaking, what I just want to say is Kubo really knows how to write female characters. Like he really knows how to. Because even Yoroichi, like Yoroichi
Did
is
I
strong.
not just did I just not just complain about Matsumoto?
No, but Matsumoto is a great
No,
character.
she has
If you
things
take out
like
the size
if
of
you
the
look at
on the
like if you're
chest,
just looking at her
Okay.
design,
Okay.
I
no,
can
you're
see
just
her
looking at the
design.
design. I'm talking about like the character. I'm talking about the character.
Okay.
No, man, but he's really good.
Yeah.
No, I mean
Look,
she has something going on. It's not that she's just there and she's
Yeah,
I think
tested.
I think we've been spoiled by the terrible offerings we've been consuming with regards to female leads that has
okay.
been coming
Let
out
me
this day and
No,
age.
don't do
let me ask you.
Matsumoto
Let me
like
ask you
that.
this.
I'm not she's a well written character. But to say that Kubo writes well
Okay,
female characters, we need to
okay.
compare it to the
Wait.
other.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
How many good female characters in Bleach, and how many characters can you just think about from the top of your head that are good female characters?
His
From
ratio is better than the others.
Yes.
No, well, I mean, if you watch One Piece, I think clears
yeah.
that better. I
Yeah.
think,
Yeah, but
but
you see,
he comes in close second. I think.
that's a great comparison. But I'm just referring to like if you think
Or
of
if you're talking about it in general, like if we compare it
yes,
with Western media, like
yes.
but that
I would watch Yoruichi over Shuri from the MCU.
You know which character you
I
know which character could easily which character could easily fit in the Bleach world?
Yeah.
The original Rogue from the X-Men, not the film version. Rogue Baba Sugar could
yeah
easily fit in Bleach.
yeah. But to go like I was just saying, if we're to compare to the Western media, absolutely. But to compare to like I'm thinking, how many good female leads do we find in things like Cowboy Bebop?
Yeah, it's just Faye.
Hmm?
Faye's the only one.
True,
Really?
but Faye is
Ed,
like way
but
more in a short time span. We know so much more about Faye. She has more complexity than any other
yes,
character in
And
Well,
Bleach.
like
then
Cowboy Bebop doesn't have an overarching arc, so like
yeah, that's true.
it kind of just goes where it goes. So you
But
can
also
spend that
because
time with it, but like if you're coming to like a serial shonen, they have to set up the arcs.
and then the other one that comes to mind for me as well is Kenshin.
sorry.
Kenshin. I mean, again, I gotta rewatch Kenshin.
But I mean,
I don't
Kenshin
know. Also,
is
Trigun
mostly
had some good ones.
just like
Mm.
two female characters that really stand out. But I
Okay,
do
well, in Bleach, I'd only give it to Soifon and Rukia. Matsumoto, I don't really feel as much of a character,
for
to be
me, for
honest.
me,
Oh,
I
Yorichi.
would say so.
Oh, and
Yorichi,
Yorichi, sorry.
Soifon,
Also Orihime.
yeah, and Orihime. Yeah.
Orihime?
Mm-mm.
She's got things going on.
Nah, she's
She's
Sakura for me, dog.
no,
Sakura?
no, no,
No.
no,
Nah,
no,
she's
No
that's a
way.
little
Sakura for me.
far.
No way.
That's
At
a
least
little
Sakura
far.
beat the puppet guy.
No,
Orihime ain't done
dude.
shit.
One, she didn't do it by herself. One.
Yes, ladies
Two,
unite.
she manipulated the main character, dude, and she knocked out her whole team to go and kill a guy that she was in love with, and she didn't even follow through. Bruh,
I'm
and she
sorry.
poisoned Naruto after that fight because he had to go
And
save her from her terrible decision.
okay, what a wonderful case. What has Orihime done?
Yes.
What has Orihime done? She saved
Yeah.
them in the thing when they were supposed to get or whatever. She was healing. She was healing Ichigo when he was
I
on the
think
ground.
Orihime,
Whatever.
Orihime embodies the role of the healer perfectly. She's like the cleric.
Which
She does that.
you need that.
No,
Who,
but
who,
Sakura is the
But let's
healer.
be, but
no,
let's
She's
be
still
honest.
who
She,
has she
the
healed?
gun.
Who did she
has.
heal?
I mean,
She
she
healed
has
the
helped.
whole ninja war.
No, she did not.
She did.
Naruto
the
was
front
carrying
line.
that
Okay,
entire fight.
okay, fair enough. But you see, the fact that we're even having debates about female characters in anime shows you that we wouldn't have had the same energy when it comes to Western.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah, definitely.
On that, your point is conceded.
But you wild for
Justice for
Sakura.
Sakura.
No ways. No, oh, when we do Naruto, bro, oh, I can't wait.
Oh wow!
No, wait. Let me re-step. Let me take a step back. I'm not saying Sakura's great. I'm just saying she's better than Orihime.
And I'm saying no. No
But
way.
you know what takes away the greatness of these two characters that you've mentioned
Mhm.
is the fact that these authors kept on pushing their love for the main character too much. Not the main character. Oh, their love for someone else too much. Like Orihime kept on Kurosaki-kun, I love you, and Sakura was like this, Sasuke, Sasuke.
Whoa,
I would
whoa,
rather
hold
hear
on,
Sasuke
hold-
Kun than Kurosaki-kun any
No.
day in my life, dude.
Okay, now
Ichigo gave
It-
Orihime reasons. That's
Ugh.
different.
there's a
Ichigo
big
gave Orihime
yeah.
reasons.
No, no,
Sasuke gave Sakura nothing.
but I
Like, let's
agree.
not
Huh?
even pretend it's on the same
I
level.
agree. I agree. All I'm saying is it sort of takes away the greatness or the complexity of these characters. Like had we not known much about that, I think we would have appreciated them more, if that makes
Yeah,
sense.
True.
Well,
true, but it's also
the thing is though, I don't even think that's the case for me because like look, characters have specific functions for a story. Like they like a writer can't give dealing with 10 plus characters. It gets muddled, it gets in the
Yeah,
weeds and all of that stuff. And if you're dealing with shonen is about the protagonist. It is
yeah.
about this guy and his story alone. Like everybody's ancillary would be nice. I
right.
think that if you give reasoning to
Mm.
that falling in love thing, and then you also make the female character useful on top of that, and then you
Yeah,
have them have meaningful interactions that build upon that, which is why Hinata and Naruto actually work really well together, despite what people
yeah,
say.
I'm
yes.
in
I
that group.
think that's fine.
I'm in
I
that group.
think that's fine. Like Orihime getting attached to Ichigo because of the kind of guy Ichigo is and the way he affects the world. I think it's okay. Yes, they could have lessened it. Yes,
I
they
think
could
it
have
was
given us some
overdone.
more stuff.
That's the problem,
But
though.
yeah, I'm saying overdone is one thing, but I don't necessarily think that he did it is a problem. Maybe that he did it too
But
much.
guys, I honestly comparing the female writing style between Kubo and Kishimoto.
They are
Kishimoto
similar.
got problems when it comes
Yeah,
to
yeah,
female
that's
characters.
my point exactly. That Kishimoto does not know how to write a female character.
But that's what
No, he doesn't know how to write certain characters
that's what
because
I was saying.
remember, Tsunade was amazing,
Yeah,
Mizukage was amazing.
yes.
Who else? Who else was really good? Um,
Look, Elder Chio was not bad.
Elder Chio, he
Yeah,
was
Elder
also really
Chill.
fire as well.
Yeah, okay.
Naruto's
Tamari,
mom was
Tamari
cool.
is dope. Tamari was dope.
Yes.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she was great. Naruto's mom was cool in the brief moment she was
yes.
there.
Even the lady, man. I keep forgetting her name, but I kind of see her as like the siphon of Naruto. The lady who got the curse seal from Orochimaru.
Oh,
Yes.
Uncle. There we go, Uncle.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he can
And
write
then
characters. It's just that he couldn't write Sakura for some
Yeah,
reason. And there's
but
like a
the truth is, many shonen writers can't write a love story to save their goddamn lives.
And
yeah.
then some of them they're married. You're like,
The,
but
the,
my G, like
yeah, exactly.
you've got game. What's the problem?
but like I
Some
feel
some
like
of these
female
things,
characters. No, please go ahead.
some of these things can't be written down because you can't relate. You sometimes it's she who chose you. You did not choose her.
Mm.
But I'm just like I don't know. I'm just saying like female characters in most of these shonen just become forgotten,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
they like even if they're not the love interest, they kind of written and then they're just left and thrown to the wayside, and it's unfortunate. And I'm not saying this for all anime because there's great female characters that we can name. I mean, you name Faye. I'd
Mm.
say there's Ayanami Ray, there's Asuka from Neon Genesis,
Also, I
like
mean,
that are key to the
Mm.
plot.
even in Tenge
There's
Tenge, I mean, your Maya Natsume,
Mm,
Aya Natsume,
Kill la Kill,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
even Tengen Toppa Gurren Lagann.
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
forgot her name. You know, there's plenty, but I'm just saying, to compare them to any character in Naruto and Bleach, I think is a disservice to the great female characters that were
Oh, it's
written.
even in
But like,
even
I
And
think the thing is though
Jujutsu
is that you have
Kaisen.
to
Yeah.
look. I mean, Jujutsu Kaisen also it has got some hitters if
yeah,
we're
Mm,
talking about female character. But I'm saying even then, if we look at that, they get their moment and then they're kind of shunted to the side for the main side of
mm,
the plot. And I
mm,
think it's not even just a female thing. I think that's just a shonen thing where if you have too many characters, somebody's gonna get it. Because
yeah.
it's
but
also happened to a number of male characters as well. Like there's a number of characters where
Yeah.
they started off dope, they had a nice
yeah,
intro,
Yeah.
and then they just fade off into the distance. I'm looking
well,
at you, Rock Lee, like God
yeah,
damn it.
Even
I'm
this
saying like
Gajo guy. Is it Gajo? The guy who was
Oh,
bringing
Ganjuru,
Ganjo. Because
Ganjuru.
you would think that he was gonna be part of the team going forward, right?
Yeah,
But
But
The
I'm
same.
saying something like, let's say Asuka from Neon Genesis Evangelion. She fulfills the same role as a Sakura and as a Orihime. She's the female character. She's a rival. She's the romantic lead. But I know a whole lot more about Asuka than I know
yeah,
about
but remember, you're dealing
yeah,
with two
any of
characters
these.
there, and like, yes, she's the love interest, but like again, the story, like, she's more centered to the plot. Like, my thing is that in Shonen, they introduce a lot of characters, especially mainstream,
yeah.
and then
Like something
Mm.
like Bleach that has thousands and thousands of characters cannot be compared to something like
Or
this.
even Mikasa.
Oh.
Mikasa, dude.
is she?
No, Mikasa's a G compared to any of these girls.
I
I
need
prefer
to watch.
Mikasa.
I don't know.
I need to watch AOT properly.
I don't know, man. I would.
I'm just gonna call this the hetero section of the talk for tonight.
Yeah. No, we're not even
Go
talking.
guys,
Okay, let it go. Okay, and
girls.
then Captain One.
Wow,
Talk about Captain.
awesome girls, girl stuff.
No, but you know what?
Um,
It's an important
boobs.
conversation
What
because
else?
for the most part, our stories are male centered. So I think it's an important conversation to have. But
Yeah,
yeah,
my argument is just that when Shonen introduces 13, 14 characters and you have to try and give shine to everybody and you don't even know who's going to hit, because I don't even think
yes,
Masashi knew that Rock Lee
yeah,
was going to hit the way that he did, which is why kind of Rock Lee fades off into the distance in Shippuden, or even Neji, because Neji gets the same
Ish.
treatment. He's
mhm,
so dope. Yeah, so I'm just saying I think that that's what Kubo fell victim to. And when you look at those other stories, like was this Cowboy Bebop? It's four characters that you focus on.
right.
Um,
Okay, fair enough.
yeah,
Well, five,
But
five.
that's
If
26
it's fine,
episodes.
so
but
you get to yeah. So
Granted,
yeah,
granted.
yeah, I
Let's
yeah.
get back to Bleach.
Eh,
We are busy
Yeah,
talking
sorry.
yeah.
about the important stuff. What were we
yeah,
talking?
Captain. The
Oh,
first captain obviously is Yamamoto. I always thought that the
Yamamoto
second.
Genrusa Shigekuni. Let's not forget that Genrusa is a nickname.
I genuinely thought that his vice captain was gonna be one of the strongest characters in all of Bleach.
You?
He just looked cool, man.
Mm.
wait, who was the vice captain again? Does
The
he
guy
get
with the
one
white hair.
shotted?
The guy with the white hair. What's his name again? With the
Oh my
brown
god,
hair.
why could I forget his name?
The
Does he have a
electricity
mustache?
the electricity guy.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think he had a
mustache.
mustache.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, like the guy when he got one-shotted by Ichigo, everybody
Yes.
was like, "What?"
Yeah, the
That's
Alfred looking
Yamcha.
guy.
That's
Yeah,
the
that was that. Yeah, that's the Yamcha right there. You like the fact that three vice captains rolled up and Ichigo first outpaced all three of them, and then decided, "I'm going to knock you out, and I'm going to knock you into him." And then I'm gonna make my entrance and flex. And I was just like, yo, you like what is happening? What is the gap between a captain and a vice captain? Because oh
no,
my
Mm.
god.
no.
So
The
basically, Bleach is a Gohan story in a way because you're the son of this former captain.
yes.
So some of your powers basically are you were born with them.
No, no, I mean, I think that's why in the story, to Pillar's point earlier, where he was like retconning, Ishin had to do some. We'll get to it. Sorry, we'll get to it.
Right.
Yeah.
So
So
basically, yeah, that meeting is basically just they're basically going at Jin and saying, "Dude, why didn't you just body those Ryoka? Because you
yeah.
were there. You had
Oh,
access. You could have easily taken care of the situation."
Mhm.
Mm.
and then it turns out the meeting gets called off by this huge explosion that happens in the sky because Ichigo broke through the barrier.
Right.
Mm.
Ichigo and them.
Mm.
And they gain a new
Oh,
ally,
sorry.
Ganju.
Yes, because they basically okay. Actually, we cut out a huge part, but basically they had to try and enter Serete a different way, and then
Well, because the war closed, yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, so they did that. It was tough. Ichigo was the actually. It's funny enough. Funny enough, the main character this time is the one that was struggling the most.
Yeah, so I'm saying like you like my thing is every time you see Ichigo struggle, you have to give him like a 10,000 point power boost. Like that's the way that
Yeah.
just do it in
Yeah,
my
and
head. Is that every
then
time
they
something is difficult, then when he gets it, he just gets it better than everyone else.
yeah, because no, it's Ganju helped him. He gave him some advice, and then
Yeah.
oh no, sister, I should have listened to you. I should not have told him how to do this thing because now suddenly Ichigo is super powerful and
Mm.
he almost wiped out everybody. And then he falls asleep and then mutilates poor Yorichi's tail. We'll never
I
forget
think
about that.
that's one of the moments when you guys are talking about Orihime as a character and her love for Ichigo. I mean, there's a part where they all had to go eat, and she says, "I'm gonna stay behind." And I mean, nobody understood why, but but we understood,
But
obviously.
girl,
Like, dude, go eat. And
no,
Ichigo, you know what?
and we know we all knew it was gonna happen because Ichigo literally replaced her brother in his life. Like her
Yeah,
brother was the only person in his life, and then here
yeah,
comes this man
Mhm.
who not only saved your ass from your brother, he
right.
helped purify your brother to help him move on.
Yeah,
What
No,
a
but
great
that's kind of why, like I'm saying, when people, I mean, again, I'm Team Ichigo Rukia because I just like those characters. I like that pairing, but I understand why it ended up that way, and I was
yeah.
not annoyed by the fact
Because
that it ended up that way.
at a point, it seemed like Uryu and Orihime could be a thing,
yeah,
especially in the
because
beginning.
Mm,
now after they broke in, they split up into different quadrants.
Yes,
Got paired up with uh,
Ganjuru.
Anjo.
Ganjo out of all people.
Mm.
Ironically fitting, but you'll find out later why.
Yeah.
Much later.
Chad was by himself, which I think it could have worked better if Chad and Ichigo, but maybe it was going to be too convenient because we already know that they were fighting together in the world of the living.
Mm.
And to show just how much to prove your point that Ichad is Ichigo's best friend, the first person that Ichigo wanted to go link up with wasn't Orihime or Ishida. I was like,
Chad.
Chad.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
And then obviously then Uryu and Orihime are together.
Mm.
Mm.
And they have a lot of moments which we were just like, oh, is this like if you
Oh,
didn't know, you would be
yeah,
like,
Yeah.
because
What happened? Because I remember when they were still in the sky. What did Yorichi do again?
Yorilichi. I think no, she just tells Ichigo that if you want to go save Chad, you have to think about saving yourself first, and then I think she goes off by herself as
Yeah,
well.
and minds her own business.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and I think from the moment they land, they ended up in a fight
yeah.
because he lands in front of Ikagu and
Mm.
Yumichika, and then they go pair off, and
Yeah.
It's one of those fights that should not have been as long as it should have.
I love the Ganryu fight though. I love Ganryu because like that one was where you felt like, hey, there's no plot armor here. This guy has to use all of the ingenuity that he has to survive this situation.
I like the part like he's about to fall, and Yuichika's like, whatever you do, don't let me fall. Pull us up. You think
That's what I liked about this arc. There was a lot of humor, man.
Yeah, and I love
Yeah.
that sand. I love that sand thing that he was doing where he pulled the
Becky.
trick from Gara.
Yeah, that was
I
like
was
Doctor
waiting for
Strange.
him to say sand burial.
That's like Doctor Strange, but with sand.
you know,
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was a very different and unconventional fight because he was basically running the entire time.
Right.
up until he threw a bomb into the poor guy's face.
Hey, guy was trying to kill him with that
Yeah, that
weird
was
sword.
Who won again?
No, Ganju.
Ganju won because he threw a bomb, he threw a little bomb, fused bomb into the into Yumicha's face. Oi, Tabaya! He's like, yeah, boom.
Right. And then obviously Ichigo won. And that basically said sort of like
But I like
caught
the fact
Mhm.
Ikago when he was done, it like asked is like, okay, of your group, who's the strongest? Probably me. Then beware of my captain.
Yeah.
He's probably coming after you.
Yeah.
And we never knew just how impactful those words were.
Yo.
Like, what's your captain's name? Like, Zareki Kenpachi. The only thing that kept this group alive, Ichigo alive as long as it did, was the fact that both Zareki and Yachiro have no sense of direction.
Mm.
That's the only thing.
Yeah. If one of them was a navigator or whatever, or they knew the place very well,
Phew.
then it was over. And then obviously we get introduced to this character who I thought was going to have a lot of screen time, the medical kid.
Oh yeah,
Oh. He did have enough.
yeah.
Yeah.
He served
was
his
there
purpose.
to the end.
He
Yeah.
served his purpose.
Because he was hated by the that squad, Kenpachi squad, because he's like this
Yeah.
medical kid.
Yeah,
Like,
because he got lost. He ends up in
yes.
front of the Rukias like, please don't tell me you're the intruders. Like, are you thinking of what I'm thinking? It's underhanded, but I think it will work.
He tries to like hold them hostage. They're like, we don't care about that guy.
Yeah.
The way they looked at it, like the lines they said, like, how on earth do you think they're associated at all with this person? Like, what? No, pay attention, kid, because I'm not going to say this one. We are from Squad 11, the illustrious and most powerful squad. I head by Captain Zareki Kenpachi.
Yeah.
We have been blessed with the title the strongest, and that person is from the medical unit.
Wait,
They
guys,
just-
sorry.
Yeah.
Not I don't mean to block you off. If I do cut off,
Yes.
it might be load shedding. But if I don't worry about it.
Oh,
Just a heads up.
Hey, you're making me even be like, hey, am I safe?
Forgot it's stage 2. Anyway,
Anyway,
then it's like that's from Squad 4, the useless reconnaissance and transportation and medical unit. Honestly, I don't know why they exist, but most importantly, don't compare us to, because we at Squad 11 hate their guts. Honestly, kill him. You're doing us a favor. You're killing 2 stones with 1 rock with that person.
hey, if
You're
I cut
killing
off
2 birds
guys
with 1
as
stone.
well, might be load shedding.
Oh my god.
Yo, okay. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
I think I was still basically focusing on the rescue part.
Yeah, okay. So
Well,
I
I
guess
think
if we speed it up then first off I just want to say Squad 11 needs to shut up because all of them just got bodied until Kenpachi got there. The other thing that was cool was we touched on the training underground, which was fun. It was nice to see Zangetsu actually train Ichigo, even if it was just for a couple of hours. and
Guys,
and
there's
stuff like that stuff.
so many cool parts of this scene that we're just jumping off. Okay, I think we love this part too much. I think that's the problem.
Okay.
Because this is the magnum opus of the arc of Bleach. Let's be honest.
Right.
All the other arcs
Yeah.
compared to this one are not as good. I mean, we get to see when Ichigo meets Zarki Kenpachi, we have that earthquake, and that's
What?
the thing we don't.
I felt that power. Hey,
We,
Yatsu.
Yeah.
And that's the one thing we don't get. That's the unique thing about Bleach that you don't see so much in the other anime. Like in Dragon Ball Z, they can sense someone's power,
Mm.
but we even when they're powering up, we see they're powering up. We can see it, but we don't necessarily
I think
feel it.
I think the load shedding
Mm.
hit killer. Eh?
Yeah, the load
Yeah.
shedding, he's gone.
It means I'm next. I'm gonna try and make a plan quick, gents. Keep going.
Okay.
Um.
Keep
Yeah.
going. Keep
What were
going.
you saying?
Oh, me.
Mm.
I was saying something. Oh,
Just talk
that you
about
you
how great this arc is.
yeah, how great this arc is and how you feel this Ryatsu. You
Yeah.
actually felt Zaraki Kenpachi's Ryatsu and how it was affecting everyone. Like,
Yeah. Basically, what I want to say is like basically it was our sort of like scouter thing, like
mm,
how we
Yeah.
know.
I mean,
mm,
like the other thing that was so dope was when Ichigo tries to cut him, and it's just like, what happened? And it's just like, yo, because Ichigo been cutting everybody, and like the first time he tries to cut this guy, nothing.
yes.
Hey, dude.
Uh,
And
uh,
the thing is, Kenpachi likes getting cut because he just wants to know how powerful you are.
Mm.
he wants to face somebody who's strong. Imagine being Kenpachi was like the first signs of somebody like one. Oh, there goes.
And then they were two.
And then there were two. And fuck you.
I think we'll just shut it down by this after this Kenpachi Ichigo versus Kenpachi fight
Yeah.
because
So
we don't want to go too far. These guys will
they'll better us all say.
will not be happy with us.
This will be the villain story, villain origin. If you do this, it will be like
But
they'll join
oh,
Akatsuki. Oh, look who's back. Sort of.
Kind of in the dark.
Wow.
wow.
Anyway, what were you just saying?
You're just saying we're gonna finish up after the Zarki fight.
Oh no, we can't. Then are we gonna talk about the other stuff?
Because we haven't even spoken about the Renji fight because I know it's some of your favorites.
No, it's good. The Renji fight is it's
Uh,
really good.
Mm.
Um, we can touch on it. I just don't know if Bak will be able to do so because it seems like it's frozen.
Yep.
Can you hear us?
oh, I'm back. Yes, I'm back. Yes.
Okay.
All right. Cool.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
basically,
I was
mhm.
like, are we not gonna talk about thingy? Are we not gonna talk? Are we gonna say Byakuya versus Ichigo for next time?
Yeah, I thought so.
Like the detail breakdown and all of that stuff, and
Yeah,
also Ichigo's entrance and everything.
because that's the rescue arc. I think the highlight of the invasion arc is Ichigo versus Zaraki. If you pay attention,
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
All right.
that's
Then we were really all over the place in this video.
We were, but
it's
I think we can also touch on the Mayuri because that's also still part of this,
yeah, Kuretsushima Yuri.
Yeah. Okay.
and
Yeah.
Renji as well. I think.
Yes, Randy also was part of that.
Yeah.
Which I like how he was like, I'm 5 times stronger. And then Ichigo was like, nope.
You guys, you
Uno
guys,
reverse.
you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the conclusion of this arc is the death of Aizen.
Yeah. No, it kicks into high gear because of the death of Aizen. Aizen, they wake up, they find Aizen dead, and then that's when they decide, no, you know what? With the captain dead, we are authorizing the captains to use their powers within Cersei.
Mm.
Because what people don't realize is that you going all Shikai and Bankai in Cersei wasn't really allowed, especially
Yes,
for captains.
but in situations where Ryoka have invaded Serete, then you
Yeah.
can use.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
But
Um.
it's also
Hey,
something that
Mayuri was one of the weirdest. Mayuri was one of the weirdest. Like, he felt like such a villain to me. I was like, that's the first time I was like really cheering for Ishida. I was like, bro, body
Yeah.
this dude, please.
Yeah. Me
same
too.
here. But it's also yeah, it's also because it's like a direct correlation to Ishida because
Mm.
like he literally killed his grandpa. He's
And then you're just like, so Rookie, all that stuff you were telling us in part one about the Serote,
Yeah,
Who killed his grandfather?
Mayuri.
Mayuri
Yeah,
killed Ishida's grandfather.
Oh, so he got his revenge. It's like a Piccolo versus Goku situation where even though it's through Reddit, he still got his revenge type of thing.
something like
No,
that.
I think he got away. Mayuri gets away.
Yeah,
Yeah. No, I mean he didn't kill him, but he still won, if that makes sense.
yeah, that's
Yeah, yeah,
and the cost of quote unquote Ishta's powers because
yeah.
uh,
Which I mean, immediately I think Kubo was like, no, not
Mm.
dealing with that.
Okay.
because he released the pen, gave him this god awesome powers that are he was even absorbing the buildings around him. That's how much of the ratio is absorbing. So
Mm.
then he releases his Bankai, the most disgusting thing I've ever seen. Okay, it's not disgusting, but it's creepy.
A giant baby that
Yeah.
spews poison.
A giant baby caterpillar with wings,
Mm,
and I don't know, with a
mm.
cape and a halo.
Well, I mean, it suits him. Like
Yeah, it
Yeah.
suits him.
you look at
Yes.
Mayuri, and
Yeah.
you're just like, yeah,
Yeah.
that would be your power.
Because even
Yes.
his sword also suits him. You know what I mean?
Yes, he.
Yeah, like it had a baby face on it or something, and it
I
like
believe
looked
its
like it was
name.
speaking.
I believe its name is what Astroji Gijizu or something like that. I don't know how to pronounce it. People correct me. Or
Mm.
maybe it's in this book.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Check. Oh no, this is flashback. No, it's in the other book.
So I know we skipped what happened earlier because
Mm.
basically that was happening at night, I think. But what happened earlier was um, Orihime started knowing those things from her hairpin or whatever. They came out and told her that, look, this is how your powers work.
They are too slow. You need to speed up.
So then she fought that giant guy. I forgot his name. And then she was helped by Ishtar.
Yeah, because she was useless.
Yeah. So anyway, that same night, that's when they were fighting Miyori.
Mayuri, yeah.
Later that night.
I mean, actually, that's when Ishida even says that she's not a person built for combat. So,
Mm,
I mean, I did appreciate that because I was just like, yeah, no, she does serve the functions of the healing and the
Mm.
protecting and whatnot.
mm,
So I'm fine with that.
I guess you could
Like,
say
is
defense as well, right?
yeah,
It's like a
like for
force
me,
field.
it's like if you do your function as a character, I don't mind you. It's when you have no it's when you have like either no function or worse when you have a specific function that you could be performing, but then you're deciding not to do it at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't wait to debate Sakura with Pillow. Ooh, I'm gonna tear that character to
Yeah, yeah,
shreds.
yeah, went
Anyway,
in, eh?
Yeah. Like no, that's what we may not have gotten far, but
Yeah,
what I appreciate about this particular podcast is shows us how much we are all geeks.
yeah.
We are
We spent
super
so long talking about female characters.
we super nerded out. This is if it was a radio station, we'd have lost half of our audience because they wouldn't have kept up with the level of nerdery that we just
But the
espouse.
real ones would have been calling, eh? They
Oh
would
no, they'll be calling on fuming.
what did you say
oh
about
no, the
Sakura?
Sakura, the Sakura defenders, they hate me, dog. You right, they hate me on the internet. Anyway,
Anyway, yeah, so
so I
that
guess then to wrap it up,
can we talk about
yeah.
the chat one quickly?
Oh right, Chad, where he gets one shotted.
I
Yeah,
mean,
so
he was both fortunate and unfortunate to have met with Shunsui.
yeah.
Or
I
More
would say he was
more
fortunate. I
fortunate
would say he's fortunate.
more fortunate than unfortunate actually. Because if he had met Kenpachi,
okay, no, he'd
Oh
be dead.
Lord.
No,
No,
Kenpachi would.
I don't think no. Kenpachi wouldn't have been interested. I think if he met like Byakuya or Toshiro, I think he would have been in trouble.
Yeah,
Yeah,
mm,
Kenpachi would have been like, you can't fight. I'm done. Bye.
I don't know about Toshiro, maybe Soifon, but I do get what you're
no,
saying.
no. Toshiro would have put him down. Most probably wouldn't have killed him, but
Okay.
would have put him down. So for sure, dead.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
dead.
no, yeah. Suzuki Bachi.
Jintei Kishakusetsu.
Anyway, so yeah, basically, Shinsui warns him that, dude, look, let's not fight. Let's just
Yeah, let's
drink,
drink
let's
like
chat,
friends.
let's chat.
And like,
Why are you in such a rush?
and then Chad responds, "I'm too young to drink." Ah, that's unfortunate. No, I was just hoping that we just talk now that
And you
they
look
haven't.
at him and you're just like, but how old are you? You cannot be 16.
Did I send you the video about the shonen anime?
You did.
Like,
You
I
didn't
know.
send it to
You
me.
didn't send
I,
it
I
into the
haven't seen it.
into our group though. You sent it into the other group.
okay, I'll send it through. I'll send it through because like, child, he cannot be 12. He's got a bigger beard than I have, and that's Chad for you. Chad is a man.
Yeah. So anyway, so they Chad is basically in a hurry because he wants to meet his friends.
Yeah,
But Shinsu is
when he
like,
finds out from Shunsui, he's like, all the after captains have entered the battlefield, so it's gonna end now. And it's
Mm.
like all the other captains. Then I need to go. I need to go help my friends. Like, no, you're not,
yeah.
Captain. I know you don't seem like a person who wants to fight, so let me pass.
Mm.
Like, what if I say no? I won't let you. Boom. That's that.
Damn.
After that, I
No,
was
that was
just
the
like,
one time when you were just like, ah, that was the one time when you know you're like, ah, Chief, the show is not called Chad.
it's not
Yeah.
called shit.
You
I
are
was
not
like,
the protagonist.
Uh-uh.
Because every time Ichigo was in the same situation, bro pulled out powers from
Yeah.
nowhere.
yeah, but he almost did it. He leveled an entire building. And then like the captain was like behind us, like, no. The finger tap was the worst part.
Yeah.
That ah,
And Nano is just busy watching because she has just given this guy some grand entrance flowers.
you know,
She
they should
wanted to actually kill Chad. I remember. She was like, yeah, I should just finish him off, Moose. And then, like, Shinsui's like, no, we gotta actually follow procedure, whatever that procedure
no,
is,
but because
because
like she
the
all
Serete just changes the rules whenever they want.
like she shows us like, but they most probably killed Aizen, and like exactly, all the more reason to keep him alive. We need
which
answers
which
because
is smart. Which is smart.
yeah, like, of all the captains, which gets me off guard. You see, this is another of the plot holes we've seen in Bleach. Zari Kenpachi sussed out that the Gin and
Those-
Tosin were most likely traitors.
Okay.
He didn't say that they're traitors. He just said only you and the ninth squad captains are both afraid of death,
Right.
which
Right.
was a lovely foreshadowing.
Right. Right.
uh, but then you find someone as smart as Shunsui, but he doesn't add two and two together. That what a guan, what
Well,
happened?
maybe the thing is I think maybe the thing is also is that like Kenpachi has no love for the captains
Yeah.
or for the Soul Society.
Yeah.
Mm.
I think that's so he's way more objective about what's happening around him than other captains. He's just like, ah, more
Smart.
you,
Kenpachi is street
and
smart.
he's got like that sense of like he
No, no,
can
no.
smell something.
I thought you just said Kenpachi street smart. Kenpachi is smart. Full stop.
Right.
Yeah,
The,
like I think he's smart. He just doesn't care about
mm,
like he's
Mm.
like the Soul Society is an excuse to fight.
yeah.
That's all
But
it is.
Mm.
Like
but
the captain is an excuse to meet strong people and fight them.
you
If
know,
there was something else, he'd probably be doing something else.
I think probably one of the smartest captains, and I'm not talking about um Mayuri because we know it's clear as daylight. We're
He's
not talking
insane.
about Shinzu, it's clear as daylight. We're not talking about Kenpachi. I mean, we just talk about the person who's smart, but we don't really see it that much is Unohana.
Oh, no, Unohana. Well, we've
They doing like if you they did something with her, which
Mm,
was
yeah, which was
so
bad.
yeah, but can't say
But
until we get.
it
I don't know unless
I
you've watched the Blood War arc things.
mm,
we'll touch up on it on the next arc as well, with on the next part to talk about when she's the only other captain who sussed out Aizen's Aizening.
yes.
And what I liked about it is the way she deduced it was from that point in time we only knew her as a doctor, but she a medical doctor that's revered even that the all other captains are scared of her. So which
Yep.
means there's something going
Mm,
on to about how well she knows dead bodies,
yes.
and
Oh, oh yeah.
there is no way Eisen would have been smart enough, even though he's got the biggest life hacks in history, but for him to be able to create a body or an illusion of a body strong enough to trick her. There are some things that experience trumps no matter how hard you kick, how
Yeah.
hard an illusion is.
Yeah.
And I think that they also touch up on that in that other movie, Knives Out. I don't know if you've seen it before.
I've seen it. Yeah.
Yeah, there's the part where they thought they tricked the nurse into killing the guy, where she didn't. The
Mm.
instinct to know which medication is different from which one is basically in her hands.
Yes. Yeah.
So that's what I liked about Unahana sussing out that not only not only the fact that the smart part was that she knew that this body is big fake, but the smart part is she figured out that Eisen is in fact a traitor, and
Yeah.
that
Mm,
part is just genius for me.
mm.
Just give me a second.
And another good female character, actually.
Please continue. I'll be back just now.
Okay.
My light is doing things. I guess then we've spoken about everything that we needed to speak about. I guess until we get to the Kenpachi. I guess let's wrap up on the Kenpachi Ichigo fight, which I thought was well done. I
It
really like
was.
the I really like the choreography in that fight. I still think there are other fights in the next part. I think there's other fights that are better, but like I just like the intensity of this fight and everything. I like Zangetsu tag teaming in and giving Ichigo his little pep speech.
It, that's the reason that clinched Zangetsu was one of my favorite characters, and that's why I hate the Thousand Year Bloodwalk arc with such a burning passion. That speech he gave Ichigo, when that after that fight, that inner dialogue fight, and then Ichigo's gone, he reabsorbs the hollow into
Mm,
himself, and then he looks up, and then Ichigo, I hate the rain. You don't understand. It rains in this world too. When you are troubled, the skies go cloudy. When you are worried, when you are sad, it rains easily. You
mm,
you cannot fathom how unbearable it is to be rained on in a world where you are all
mm,
alone. So to prevent
mm,
that rain, I'll give you all the power that you need.
mm,
Believe
mm,
me, Ichigo, you're not fighting alone. That speech always like for you know what people who've been carrying their own inner burdens always want someone to believe in themselves one way or another. I won't lie about that. And that speech embodied something inside me that's saying, you know, it's something I'd want too. And
mm,
more than that, I'd want to be that for someone else to tell them that
mm.
you're not fighting alone. And that moment, Zangetsu became my number one.
Yeah, that's why when you picked him the first time around, I was just like, I was expecting you to pick him for this arc, not the previous one. But yeah, I like that tag team up with Zangetsu and all of that
Mm.
stuff. I mean, again, it's hacks, it's plot armor, but it's fun and we enjoy it. And Zangetsu was awesome, so everybody lets it go.
And at the same time, it's also Ichigo fighting with his half of his Tailed Fox version.
Yeah, yeah, I
Was
guess, yeah. So.
so it kind of like, oh wow, you can do it. Why can Naruto do it? Like, oh, the Naruto, the Demon Fox hates his guts.
Mm.
Someone was
No,
explaining it.
Ichigo doesn't like Ichigo. Like Zangetsu has always been supportive. Fox hated Naruto. Like people
Oh,
don't remember, people forget about that. But we'll when we get to Naruto, we'll get to Naruto. But
Mm.
like, yeah, I also like the part where Kenpachi takes off his eye patch. Like that was a really cool moment for me, where
yes.
he was just like,
Yeah.
"This is something that sucks the energy out of me," and all of that stuff. And then you also hear him flex, where they'd be like, "He's the only captain to not awaken his sword, but to be a captain," and it's like,
Yeah.
yo.
I don't
You
know
know,
its name.
when I saw that whole eye patch thing, I was like, oh, here's another Kakashi moment. Uh,
Mm.
until he explains that no, 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 these things are actually chowing my energy, buddy. Like,
It's it's the way he says it. Hidden in my eye, like I never do anything so dirty.
yeah, yeah. That was basically
No, Zaraki was. If you're talking captains, like I still like Ichigo. I still like Ichigo's and his arc and everything as a character in this
Yeah.
particular like season. As much as there's plot holes and pull
Mm.
and as pulls and all of that stuff, I still like Ichigo the most. But in terms of captains, Zaraki was my guy. He
Mm.
he was like Vegeta, except he could back it up. Like
Mm.
it was Vegeta without the ponage. It was like Vegeta where he was just like, okay, I can take on two of you fine, come at me. And then he did, and they just got pwned. And it was just like, yo?
Vegeta done right, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I also like the part where Zangetsu was telling Ichigo, listen to his sword. It's screaming at him, but he won't hear it. And if two people are forced to work together and and they can't cooperate, they're only gonna get in each other's way.
Mm. Then I think that covers everything for this particular one.
Uh,
Like,
Oh, we also
not to want to. Oh, sorry.
when you gonna cover Renji?
we touched on it.
Yeah, I think we touched on Renji. We touched on Renji versus Ichigo.
Okay, but basically, I think what was so satisfactory about that part is this is the person that you saw. That's the last person that you saw. But one of the two people that you saw,
Mhm.
and you managed to actually defeat this person. And in your fight with this person, you actually woke him up. You made him realize that, dude, what's being done here is wrong. And I feel like
That
it was retcon. I feel like Renji was retconned
But
because Mhm.
okay, I wanted to highlight. Renji always thought that she was gonna get a slap on the wrist because he thought, okay, you're made into royalty. You're into royalty. This is just a misdemeanor. When he found out that she's getting the death penalty, that's when he snapped. That's when he went after Ichigo. Is like, you ruined my friend's life. I'm going to kill you. And then
Oh,
his best friend was like, I'm here to rescue you. Don't you think I know that? Then when he lost, it's like, go save her, you idiot.
right. Right.
yeah. So, not to cut the podcast short, gents, and cut down load shedding is chowing me. I'm using my data right now just to finish out the podcast. So, I don't know if there's anything else we need to say if we're just stopping it here.
No. I think that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you so much for watching for this long. If you have any comments, please do share them. Don't call us. You guys keep calling us. You guys keep texting us privately.
Comment on the
Comment.
YouTube.
Please. Comment. Please.
Yo.
I'm going to I'm gonna copy and paste that from now on. Whenever someone comments on my WhatsApp, I'm just gonna take it and paste it there. You said this.
Take it to take it to YouTube, please. The
Yeah.
algorithm. They're not. YouTube is not on WhatsApp. They're not WhatsApping the algorithm. Come
They're not
on, my
friends.
guys.
Anyway,
Yo.
yeah, thank you so much so from myself, Miss Extraordin, Buckmeister Cool, and Lokhala. We'll see you guys in
And the spirit
the
of pillar also.
spirit
Yeah.
of Pillar. We'll see you guys on the next one. Cheers.
Peace.